Hey, welcome back to Evil's Comics. I'm Evil Mike, and I have a review for you on request by Ranger Sly. This is from DC Comics, the Justice Society of America, issue number 1, and it is titled The New Golden Age. It is written by Jeff Johns, art by Michaela Jaina, colors by Jordi Belair, and letters by Rob Lay. There's also a couple different guest artists and guest colorists, which I'm not going to go into, but honestly I didn't really see it. The book, before we get started, please like, comment, subscribe. I always forget that. But without further ado, here's the review. It starts out and it's kind of showcasing famous moments, of course, in Helena Wayne, since she is featured on the cover of The Huntress. It states 31 years ago, and it shows the murder in Crime Alley with Bruce Wayne. 13 years ago, and it shows just somebody screaming Selina as Catwoman jumps out of a window. And then it says 1 year from now, and it kind of goes into Helena being, you know, a little infant. And then we jump into, it says 26 years from now, and it's basically Helena, and she's kind of giving you a description on how she's picked up the, you know, mission from Batman and Catwoman. But basically at this point she's looking for Dr. Fate, and she is interrogating the Carmine, the Falcone family, and basically not getting the information that she wants. We find out that her teammate is none other than Solomon Grundy. We also see that she meets up with another member of the current JSA, which the book kind of lets us kind of softly know that she's a part of. Most of this is narrated from, you know, Helena's point of view, but it's basically her trying to track down where Dr. Fate is. And we also get that the current Dr. Fate that she's looking for is Khalid. She also runs into the other member. Her name is Ruby Sokoviev, and she's the daughter of the original Red Lantern, an enemy to the original Green Lantern. We also see that during this meeting, and it's kind of like, hey, we searched like Dr. Fate's cat, you know, and we didn't find anything, kind of thing. Catwoman over here we see is kind of watching her daughter, and she's supposed to be doing it in secret. They kind of touch base at the current JSA headquarters, and they show like the original members and the current members. They give us a brief rundown, because I was not familiar who all these people were, but a brief rundown who everybody is. And it's basically Gentleman Ghost, Solomon Grundy, then it is Michael Wayne, the Harley Quinn's son. It is the it's so weird, his description, but it's Icicle Jr. It is the son of the original Icicle, and his name is Cameron McKent. Then we have the Mist. He's also, I think, the son of the original Mist. And then we already met her, Ruby Sokoviev, the daughter of the Red Lantern. And basically it's a bunch of villains besides Power Girl, and then Helena Wayne, the Huntress. And Helena Wayne, the Huntress, has always kind of been like an anti-hero type of situation. Power Girl kind of gives this, like, you know, her complaint about how the current JSA is all like featured villains that the original JSA at one time had either, you know, fought or put behind bars, kind of thing. And they give little brief descriptions on each, you know, individual's background, like the Mist, the original Solomon Grundy. But basically the book moves forward, and we find that they did locate Dr. Fate's body, and it turns up in a sarcophagus, and supposedly his body has been there for like 10,000 years. Another part of the mystery. There is a conversation between like Catwoman and Helena Wayne, but nothing really kind of comes from it. The majority of the book is pretty much them following the clues of where Dr. Fate is, and as soon as they find where Dr. Fate is, we see that Power Girl all of a sudden kind of like stops, and she, like, I mean, you kind of see why, but it's a shot that's like happens at one point in time, and then it goes backwards in time, and it's this guy right here. I don't think we get a name or very much a description of who he is, but he quickly gets rid of all the different members of the current JSA. We see that he takes out the Gentleman Ghost. He makes the Ghost a mortal man, and as soon as he takes, you know, real form, this guy shoots him. Basically, he explains that the way he took out Power Girl wasn't he shot her with a kryptonite bullet. It was like he had been poisoning her with time, and it's basically that's what this guy's, you know, gimmick is. He can move forward and backwards, but like not just himself, but like moments in time. So the bullet had been there for like weeks and weeks and weeks, poisoning Power Girl at that exact moment. They do show that, like, I mean, he takes out the Harley Quinn's son. I mean, he basically takes out each individual one, and most of it's with time. Solomon Grundy like fades to ash. But pretty much all the current members of the JSA are taken out. We do see that Helena manages to fire like one arrow at the dude, and he kind of laughs. We see that she starts, you know, getting caught in whatever this time loop, because she's growing old. As soon as this all goes down, Catwoman kind of bursts through the ceiling. She mentions that Helena needs to go back in time, and that she needs to find Dr. Fate, and basically the current Dr. Fate and Catwoman should have explained some things or something like that. And she's thrown like it looks like a snow globe that turns into a snowball, and as soon as it hits Helena, I mean, she basically propels backwards through time. There are like a couple glimpses in the snow globe, but it's basically like a snowman family, and then over here it looks like kind of like a like her looking at the snow globe kind of thing. Basically, she mentions that she needs to go back to the original JSA, and that she needs to find Dr. Fate and basically save, you know, the JSA as they know it. It does show Helena going through time, and it says 18 years from now, 1 year from now, 1976 and 1951, and it shows like the Flash and I think his daughter, and then it shows like the Star Spangled Kid and Power Girl. It shows like the original Red Lantern, and it does kind of show her like being propelled with the snowball. Basically, at the very end, she finally does land somewhere, and we see she's none other by at least one of the original JSA that I know, but I think that's Jakeem Thunder. I think that's his name. I'm not the greatest, but basically it's Johnny and Jakeem Thunder, I think, and it says next in 1940, so that's where she ended up in, was 1940, and that's kind of where the book leaves us off at. My thoughts on the book is it's going to be a wild ride. Basically, if she's going back through the golden ages of, you know, the original Justice Society of America to stop this new killer kind of thing. I did like that. Like, I mean, I didn't go into too much detail how he took out each individual hero, but it was pretty cool. Like, Icicle was shattered into a million pieces, and then the pieces were like frozen and like in time. But for a first issue, it was a great start. I like all this, the lost children and the resurrection of the JSA and how they're actually doing it, especially for somebody like me that is not very, you know, I haven't read a whole lot of the older stuff at all. But hey, that's my review. Let me know your thoughts down below. Big shout out and thank you to Ranger Sly for always commenting with information and just general enthusiasm as far as, you know, wanting to hear these stories and stuff like that and see what DC's doing with some of this stuff that hasn't been used in a while. But that is my review. I have more reviews coming. Please comment down below. Let me know what you thought, and I will see y'all next time. Bye.